right, so I guess we're not going to hold Coach Tom Thibadeau accountable, right? We're not going to hold him accountable. I'm watching First Take, and, I have a love and hate relationship with First Take. Sometimes Max and Stephen A., they say some things I agree with, and sometimes they say some things I disagree with. But even with a lot of the things that I do disagree with, I understand their perspective on it. And I'm like, okay, we just agree to disagree. But I tell you what, man, it's some things it's like, come on, man, really? And for the most part, it's not Max Kellerman. I liked his take regarding the Knicks. But what it is that I'm not feeling Stephen A.'s take. To me, Stephen A. is putting all the blame on Julius Randle. Now, does Julius Randle deserve some blame? Oh, yes, for sure, he does. I mean, his shooting percentage was low in this playoff series. I think he only averaged about 17. Oh, I'm itching. I think he only averaged about 17 to 18 points per game. So he didn't play like his normal self. I mean, he was aggressive, but he wasn't making shots, okay? He wasn't making shots, and this has been going on from game 1 through game 5. But whose job is that to make the necessary adjustments on offense? That's the coach's job. That's Tom Thibodeau's job, right? I remember when Mike D'Antoni was the coach for the Knicks. As a matter of fact, even when Mike D'Antoni is coaching any other team, like Stephen A., he calls him Mike Antoni because the D is silent, because there's no defense. Okay, I get that. Nice wordplay, and I get that because teams that Mike D'Antoni normally coaches, not normally strong. Defense is not their strong point. Offense is his strong thing. But I tell you what, in postseason and in regular season, guess what? Mike D'Antoni, he brings it on the offensive end. Okay? Now, Tom Thibodeau, from my understanding, his specialty is defense. And I can't think of not one single adjustment that they made on defense to try to stop Trae Young. Number one, you're not going to shut him down, but I mean, how about at least get the ball out of his hand? Okay, I didn't see any of that. Now, I'm not a New York Knicks fan and stuff, but I don't hate the Knicks. I'm a Houston Rockets fan, but man, hey, I love the game of basketball. I love watching the game of basketball and watching my sports shows, but hey, let's hold Tom Thibodeau accountable. Let's hold him accountable. Now, what Max Kellerman brought up was, he brought up the fact that they got like 5 of their rotational players going to be free agents. Most importantly, Derrick Rose, all right? And it's highly likely that Derrick Rose probably won't sign back with New York. Derrick Rose is, 32 years old? I mean, the team is in a rebuilding phase. I get it. But if you're Derrick Rose, you want to win a championship. I'm not sure what team he's going to go to. But if you don't get him back and a couple other pieces, I mean, you could be going backwards. And then it's what Stephen A. was saying. Yeah, this one thing that this did show is that Julius Randle is probably, he's not a number 1 option for sure. For sure, he's not a number 1 option for sure. For sure. Okay, at best he's a number 2, but probably fits as a number 3. So man, like, you straight up going in on Julius Randle, but you said nothing about Tom Thibodeau. And I'm not saying you need to talk negative about Tom Thibodeau. But how about some honest criticism about him? Because guess what? We cannot get better or improve in anything in life if we do not have honest criticism. Okay? Just saying, that's my thoughts, people. But Stephen A., hey man, like, leave Julius Randle alone until you start focusing some of that criticism on Tom Thibodeau. If you notice, all his teams, even if he was with the Bulls and with the Timberwolves, he has talent on his teams. But guess what? They do not adjust during playoff time. They do not adjust on offense. They don't shut anybody down. All right, so that's going to close this out right now. I'm driving. Talk to y'all later. Hit that like and subscribe button. But I tell you what, share your thoughts. You think I'm tripping? But do you think that Tom Thibodeau is not getting enough criticism for being outcoached by Nate McMillan? All right? Tell me what you think. Share your thoughts below. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace.